All right, back live in studio with my choice. Senate in Arizona, Kari Lake. You know, I met Kari for the first time in these studios. Was it last summer? I guess it was. I liked her right away. She stands for everything right. I mean, she really does. And she's really smart. She's got a career in media, too, so she can speak with the best of them. She's got a TV face. And, and Trump loves her. And these days, it really is pathetic. I admit it's pathetic, but it is what it is. My barometer now is, you like Trump or he likes you, I like you. And if you don't, I don't really like you. Even my own family members. That's how crazy I've gotten. Don't even forget, I voted for Hillary in 2016. Yes, and I told Trump that. And he loves me more than anybody because I came around. I didn't stick. You know, when he came down that escalator, you either loved him or hated him. Nobody has changed their mind. I did. I watched him work and I said, wow, I was wrong. You're the best president ever. And he loves that. I didn't always love this guy, but now if you don't like him, or he doesn't like you, get out, including my own sister.
Oh, no. Well, I kind of agree with you. I mean, my barometer is if the media is attacking you and writing hit pieces day after day after day, you're probably doing something right.
Yeah.
So if the media hates you, then I probably really like you.
What if you were still on TV in Arizona? They told you to say something bad about Trump. Would you quit?
Well, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
Well, you're not allowed.
The thing is, I did quit. I quit my TV job because I'm like, I can't do this. It was lies about COVID and lies about everything. And I'm like, I'm not interested in lying. And if you can't handle the truth, well, you know.
I heard that before somewhere. Was that Jack Nicholson? You can't handle the truth.
No, that was the Crybaby, wasn't it?
No, it was something with men.
You're right, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise, Demi Moore. What was that movie again?
Oh, Few Good Men.
Thank you very much.
A Few Good Men.
Yes. So the Confederate flag deal. So here it is. So you make a speech and you attack New York, which, boy, are you right. I live here, and I'm starting to hate this place because they convict Trump on 34 felony counts of nothing, of zero crime committed. So you attack New York, fine. But it turns out you're standing in front of a Confederate flag. And I Googled Kari Lake this morning. There's about 30 articles about that.
Geez.
How pathetic is that?
It's really pathetic. You know, I spent the week crisscrossing northern Arizona. When we campaign, we go hard. We are all over the place. And we went from one border, the border with New Mexico, all the way across northern Arizona and ended up in Bullhead City, which is on the Nevada border. And we had 12 stops in there. And everywhere we went, we show up, you know, at a restaurant, a bar, wherever all the places, a store, packed, like to the wall. Probably broke a few fire codes. There were that many people there, spilling out into the parking lot. Yeah. They don't cover that. We walk into one business. Look, I'm not the flag police. I'm not going to go into your home or your business and go, take this down, move that around. I walk in. There are at least 150 people there crammed in. I speak for about 15 minutes and we leave.
You don't even know.
I'm on the campaign trail. I don't even know.
Yeah.
And, but it's interesting though, isn't it? That happens. Do you ever see any negative stories? What about these people who are actually holding a Ukrainian flag and standing in front of a Hamas flag or a BLM flag?
Right.
That's okay.
Right, yes.
And they're actually holding it. I'm just standing speaking in a store.
That is the hypocrisy right there.
An incredible group of people who have, in the middle of the day, come out because they're really concerned about what's happening in this country. They're watching as our border is being overrun. We're here in Arizona. Fentanyl is pouring through. We're the pipeline for fentanyl, which is killing so many people all the way here in New York and all around the country. And the people of Arizona showed up to hear me speak about what are the solutions? How do we turn this around? How do we secure that border? Real simple. We build the wall, remain in Mexico, no more catch and release, and we get President Trump back in office ASAP. And they want to know why things are so expensive. They can't afford the basics. And here we've got the media covering this, yet they don't care that my opponent, Ruben Gallego, was on the floor of Congress waving around a Ukrainian flag, waving around as he sent another $60 billion over. You know what that could do for Arizona, for our border? First of all, it would solve most of our problems if we had $60 billion. But yet he's sending another $60 billion to Ukraine, waving their flag around, and I don't see one article on that.
No, none. Zero.
And not only that, he's actually sided with Hamas. He's full on sided with Hamas.
No, he hasn't. Really?
Well, I mean, he's for the Iran. I wrote down a few of the things.
Well, the first one you're about to say is all I need to hear. Say it.
He's for the Iran deal.
Bang, that's it. He hates the Jews.
He's against funding the Iron Dome.
Oh, yeah.
He was against sanctions on Hamas, against condemning the BDS movement, against sanctioning Iran. And he went to Harvard, and when the Harvard president sat there in front of Congress and spoke such anti-Semitism, he never denounced that. And he was asked about it. He ran from cameras.
Elise Stefanik did a great job there.
Elise Stefanik is incredible.
She's awesome. So let's say this guy's a bad guy you're running against. He's a bad guy.
Yeah. And and then let's go to the border wall. He called it a dumb, stupid border wall. Said he would never, ever, ever fund it. He did add 3 evers. I mean, what kind of a guy says ever? Sounds like a 13-year-old girl. And I've raised a 13-year-old girl. I will never, ever, ever fund the border wall. Yeah. So he's bad news. He's really he's a Biden mini-me. He's 40 years younger than Biden. And all I will say to America is, if we let this guy get anywhere near the U.S. Senate, imagine Joe Biden for 40 more years.
Oh, my God.
That should send a shiver down your spine. He's voted with Biden 100% of the time. Wants to force these EV mandates on us. Everyone's going to be forced into an electric vehicle, whether you want one or you don't. I will tell you, I like to hit the wide open, beautiful roads of Arizona. There's places where there just aren't charging stations. And then we found out from Pete Buttigieg that they spent, what was it, $7.5–8 billion building 7 charging stations. We need thousands of these things around the country. They know it's a boondoggle, and they're trying to force us into it. And we don't want it. We want choices. We want true choices. If I want to drive a SUV or a old pickup truck or a convertible that's powered by gas, that's exactly what I want to do. We're in America, and we're not going to be forced into this lunacy. And this is the kind of guy, Ruben Gallego, my opponent, who will force us into that.
Kari Lake is about to hit the state of Arizona in a bus, too. She left that one out, the big tour bus, like the Partridge Family. They're going to go around that whole state, and they're going to party and tell everybody why she is the only choice. So the state, look, back in 20, we thought Trump won Arizona, and then they pulled some shady business, which they also pulled on you. You're a victim in the same state. So you and Trump both are victims in that state. Now they've even arrested my friend Rudy Giuliani. That whole thing's a complete mess. So tell me how things have changed, because last week I saw a poll that had Trump up as many as 5 points in the state of Arizona. Does that sound about right?
I think it's more than that. I think these polls are trying to actually suppress his popularity. I think it's much more than that. I'm on the ground, and I got to tell you, just one example. I told you we went across northern Arizona, 12 stops. Every stop we went to was insanely packed. And these are people who weren't, maybe they voted last go around, but they didn't get involved. And now they're saying, how can we get involved beyond? Yeah. We've got 5 months to save our country. Tell me everything we need to do. We're going to do it because we got to save this. We went to an event in Goodyear, Arizona. It's one of the fastest growing suburbs of Phoenix. And they said, we're going to have about 250 people. They're excited to come see you. I said, fantastic. That's awesome. 250 voters. I love the people of Arizona. We get there. This is a Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And they're kind of panicking a little bit. I go, what's going on? And they said, we need more chairs. 760 people. Nice. 760 showed up. And I say that not to be boastful. It's not about me. It's 760 Arizonans on a Tuesday night who said, we can't take it anymore. And they all love President Trump. I had everyone raise their hand if they were independent or Democrat, because we don't keep Democrats out. We want This is the biggest party. This is the biggest movement. All Americans are welcome. It's called America First. There were about 90 independent and Democrats in the crowd.
That's great.
And they're coming our way. And we saw it here with President Trump in New York when he went through that complete farce of a trial, and he made lemonade out of lemons. He stuck here in New York, and he says, all right, I'll go over to New Jersey, and had the biggest crowd we've ever seen.
100,000 strong.
Goes into the Bronx, and he draws a massive crowd there. The people are with us, but the media, the fake lying media, has to make it look like we're 50-50 or 51-49. I think it's...
You think it's bigger?
I think it's 75%. I think 75%.
Are you worried? God, I hope you're right. I want to talk about the Knickerbocker Club tomorrow, which is a lovely place in New York. Say, look, your girl just jumped up here. Look at it. Big day tomorrow. It's a big lunch. So for New Yorkers who want to meet you, Kari, how do they go about doing that?
It'd be so great. Yeah, we're having a lunch tomorrow at the Knickerbocker Club at noon.
Very nice place.
That's what I hear.
Very nice place. So you only go to the best places.
I probably shouldn't wear the jeans that I have on now. I'm going to wear a dress.
You look great. No, you look great. You look great.
It's a fundraiser for our campaign.
Make sure John Catsimatidis comes. I know he was with you last night. It's good to have him around. Trust me.
Yes, he said he's going to be there, right?
Good.
I'm going to need help because my opponent, Ruben Gallego, was just in New York City. He was just in New York City.
He was? I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, trust me, he didn't miss anything. He was raising money with George Soros and his son Alex. So this is the
By the way, you know who Alex is banging these days, right?
How do I answer that?
Hillary Clinton's best friend.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Hillary Clinton. I was like, whoa.
Anthony Weiner's ex-wife, Homa Aberdeen. Did you know that?
I think I had seen some pictures of that.
Yeah, they're together.
It's just hard to answer a question when it's worded that way. I'm trying.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You're not used to that. That doesn't happen with like Newsmax or Fox News.
Yeah, they typically use a different word. But we're in New York, and I'm sitting here with Sid.
And this is why this is your favorite show.
Yes, it is. You go, how do I answer that? So if you want to come to I'm going to quickly divert. If you want to come to the Knickerbocker, we were just going from the high-end Knickerbocker Club to that line of questioning.
I know, yes.
You can go to Kari Lake, KARILAKE.com/NYC, and you can get all the details. I want to see all of the patriotic New Yorkers. I think this city is so much more Republican. I'm not going to say Republican. It's just patriotic.
Agreed.
America first.
It is.
We were at the airport when we flew in yesterday, and how many people I walked by who went, yes, I'm with you. They
Is that right?
At me, yes.
That's great.
Keep it up, that kind of thing.
No kidding.
You'd think I would, if this were such a liberal city, that people would throw hot coffee in my face.
No. It's not. And again, when Trump does his rallies out here, like you talked about, he was in the Bronx. You know, he was right around the corner, too, at the firehouse for first responders. They show up in droves, and they know who you are. Because, you know, you were laughing, you know, I'm running in Arizona, Sid, but you're such an immense national presence because Trump loves you, talks about you. I love you, talk about you. So I know you're running in Arizona, but when I think of Kari Lake, I think of VP material. I don't just think about the state of Arizona one day. So who knows? People love you everywhere, including in this city.
That's great. KariLake.com/NYC, in case I got that wrong. Did I get it wrong the first time? Caroline's telling me to repeat it. Well, I do love New York, and I love one of your favorite people, who is a New Yorker, President Trump.
Yes.
He's done so much for our country. And it bothers me that the industry I worked in, media, did an 8-year smear campaign on that guy. The only reason people don't like him is because for 8 years, he's been the victim of character assassination at the hands of the media.
No question.
And they continue to do it. And I know how it feels now because they've been doing it to me. I was really beloved by everybody in Arizona. I still think I am, for the most part, although a few people probably believe some of the crazy stories out there on me.
You don't need them anyway, then.
And to watch as you say, you know, I'm going to jump into politics because I think citizens should jump in. And then the attacks come. The media is so part of the swamp.
They're animals.
They are connected to the swamp, and they are the mouthpiece for the swamp.
Well, it ain't going to work because Trump is going to win, and you're going to win.
Yes, indeed.
And New York loves you. Good luck at your big lunch tomorrow. Enjoy your dinner out later on tonight, and go take advantage of New York. Go down to Nova, actually. You should go see that. It's down on Wall Street.
It's
the actual stuff from Israel where those kids at that concert were murdered. It's a very moving thing, but after the big protest last night, that's a good spot for you. I think you'll be moved.
Well, and it's really alarming that there's enough people that would protest something like that.
You believe that? Kari, you believe that?
No, I don't.
In New York City, outside of Israel, you're not going to find more Jews.
Yeah.
And right here in this city, but your overall point is right, that there are more Republicans here than people think. There are more good people than bad people, and we will prevail. People like you and Trump and even us, we will all prevail.
And I hope that this is a wake-up call for you mentioned the huge population of Jewish people here in New York. I hope it's a wake-up call. You know, it's time. We're seeing the Democrats are siding with these terrorists. Yeah. And it's got to be a wake-up call for people. There's a lot of wake-up calls. Everyone's got a different wake-up call. I met somebody the other day whose wake-up call was, for some people, for me, COVID was a wake-up call. And I said, I'm stepping away from my career. I can't do this. If we can't be truthful, I'll step away. For For some people, they joined the America First movement because, maybe they were forced to take a shot they weren't comfortable with. For some people, they found out the Taco Bell bill came to $80, and they were like, "That's it."
$80.
Feeding the
I
family.
know it got expensive, but how much are you eating?
Somebody shared a receipt. It's like, this is for me and my family. I'm like, what are you getting?
That's a lot. Yeah.
This is Joe Biden's world.
Yeah, I know.
When Taco Bell and fast food becomes a luxury item. But let me tell you, if we don't turn this around, and I'm in a tourist state. This is a tourist state as well in many ways. People aren't going to have the disposable income to go and enjoy the shows and go and enjoy the great restaurants. They don't have the disposable income anymore.
They don't have it. No,
and
you're
we're
right.
going to watch a lot of industries start to crumble. We're seeing all those restaurants closing down, the Cracker Barrels of the world. And
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. And a lot of that is because the hardworking middle class, working class people who are a lot of times the customers of those restaurants, they don't have the money anymore
No.
to go enjoy once a week or once a month.
They're killing us. They're killing us.
They are.
Bottom line. Well, you're beautiful. You're great. And I will see you again, obviously, before the big election.
Thank
but
you.
enjoy New York City.
Thank
and we'll
you.
do this again very, very soon.
We will. We'll be back in Arizona before we know it.
There you go. Kari
Thanks.
Lake, everybody.